You did a good job last week, Tony.
What did I do now?
The last show. You did a good job.
Getting it up on time?
No, just your performance was very.
Oh,
useful.
Wow, Dan. What was last week? What did we do?
That we did in the blink of an eye.
The blink of an eye. That's right.
I think that's the one we're going to submit for the Emmys of podcasts.
Oh, great. We should get a statue, If anything, just buy our own statues so people think that we won one, but we don't win them.
That's what I did for our last show. I made special awards for me and Dylan because all the work we did. I didn't give one to you.
Yeah, what the fuck? I can't believe that. I wasn't even invited to the party. That's unbelievable, man.
Hey, watch him! With Dan and Tony! Hey, watch him! With Dan and Tony! It's like watching, yeah!
Welcome to Hate Watching with Dan and Tony. I am Dan.
I am Tony.
I guess I'm doing all those hand movements because it's like I'm Kermit the Frog. Because didn't someone say I sounded like Kermit the Frog one time?
Someone did, yeah. Well, I think they said we sound like Muppets. I think the both of us. I don't know if I agree with it. I could do it in my dulcet tones. Would people prefer this for the podcast?
Whenever my wife can't hear me say something, I then talk deeper and more monotone,
as if it was the register that was the problem. Yeah, I got it.
On this show, we watch movies and then we talk about movies.
Mm-hmm.
But before we get into this, last week we did
some housekeeping. Okay,
in the blink of an eye, and I was doing the thumbnail, and I looked at the thumbnail and I was like, "Wait a sec. Okay, first of all, you really know a picture is terrible when you go to IMDb and you see the amount of photos. Have you ever looked at the amount of photos on IMDb?
I have not. No. Is it more means it's worse or less means it's
less means it's worse.
Less
means they've done nothing. Got it. Like a real movie should have 300, 400, maybe more.
That's a lot.
Because it'll be the press junkets, it'll be, them being at things, in addition to people screenshotting stuff and,
100%,
sometimes people will go screenshot, you'll have 40 in a row of screenshots. And, I'm looking through all these trying to find one that encapsulates the movie.
Sure.
In the blink of an eye. And so a movie that's not so great, 30, 40, 50. I think this. How much do you think In the Blink of an Eye had?
Well, you said bad movies like 30, 40, 50, so it has to be less than that. So I'm thinking 22.
I think it was 11 or 12. 11? Which is,
hey, they got double digits, baby.
Which is just a phenomenally tiny. I mean, and literally,
that's unfortunate.
I do not believe that they had posted a photo of Rashida Jones in the movie. The movie. I mean, there might have been one of some press sort of thing of her, and I think the David guy, I think there might have been a photo of him.
Probably not, though.
But I think there was 2 Kate McKinnons. And
she's the big draw.
And 3 or 4 cavemen.
The cavemen.
And you're like, wow.
Good. That's it.
I'm sure the cavemen people probably, the people who the actors probably uploaded those themselves.
Right.
So the 2 Kate McKinnon one was her with the little girl, then the other's that sort of primary image of her arriving on the planet and looking out. What do you remember about that scene? Because this scene angered me immensely.
I remember there being lots of flowers and trees or something, and
yes, so there's big old growth trees, and then beautiful wildflowers.
Yeah, beautiful.
Not the image on IMDb. The image on IMDb.
I gotta look. Hold on, I gotta look this up. This is out of control.
The image on IMDb is that same shot, old growth trees. And just sort of grassy dirt in front of her. Not a flower to be seen for miles. So for some reason, they shot that, and then in post, they were like,
we got to add a bunch of stuff here, guys.
we got to make this beautiful planet that she's arriving on with all these beautiful flowers.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's just like a regular field. They just shot that in like Montana or something.
Yeah, you can imagine them trucking that the portal out there, plopping it down.
That's funny.
Driving Kate McKinnon out there, and she like walks out. Okay. Point two about this scene that I have to get angry about again. That spacesuit. Once again, why are you wearing a spacesuit? You will have tested that atmosphere 100 times. You would hope
so. You would hope that the first time you test it isn't when you take off your helmet.
So why are you wearing a spacesuit? And that spacesuit,
so that you know that it's not Earth, Dan. Okay.
That spacesuit looks like shit.
It does. I'm looking at it right now. It doesn't look good at all.
So some poor production house made that terrible spacesuit. They're like, well, we've only got $25,000. They're like, $25,000. What can I can't do anything for that. I'm like, sure. Well, make us something blue.
Well, do it.
And that person's like, they're looking at that and they're like, well, there's my big break in this movie that's a complete failure. I'm the key art on the poster / so angry. So those are things I had to be angry about before we talk about anything else.
I'm still looking at this photo and I'm laughing. I think I'm gonna have to do like a side by side right here and here of the image from the IMDb and the image from the movie, just so people can understand the difference.
How do you do screenshots of the movies where you can't screenshot the movie?
I can't answer that on film. It's illegal.
Do you have a...
You don't. The answer is you don't, Dan, because it's not legal. Yes, people can do it if they're illegal people, but I would never.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, there's ways around.
Because I usually just get out my phone and take a picture.
You know what? I like that better. Let's do it that way.
It's not really high quality, but I have been known to do that.
No, yeah, I mean, you can strip the DRM. You can get around copyright. It's fine. I wouldn't worry about it, Dan.
Well, it's copyright exactly. I mean, it is copyright, but is it? I don't know.
So it depends on the site that it comes from. There's different protections on each site.
Certain things have protections, certain things don't have. Certain things you just screenshot to your life's content.
So, like, I don't know, just throwing this off the top of my head, if you were on one that, say, you weren't able to capture in the screen and it tells you, screen capture is not available. What you could do, if you wanted, I wouldn't recommend it, but you can run it through an external monitor, which is an HDMI source, and run that into a splitter, and then that splitter will take away that protection. You can capture it then that way. If you wanted, I have heard. I've never done it. But there's the ways around all of it.
People from the dark web are always emailing you these plans of things you can do.
Right, that's right. Hot tip from the dark web. It's a great newsletter. You guys should get on it.
Okay, Tony, but what?
Yes.
Let's get to new business. We got to do some new business.
New business.
Tony, what movie are we doing?
Yeah, we saw the trailer last year, and it looked pretty bad. It's the remake. What did they say? Remake / spiritual sequel.
They said reboot. Then they said reimagining. Then spiritual
sequel or successor sequel to one of the best cheesy horror films of the 90s, Anaconda. This is the Jack Black, Paul Rudd, Steve Zahn, who I did actually genuinely enjoy in this movie a good deal. Who am I forgetting? Thandie Newton? Is that her name?
Yeah, Thandie Newton.
From Mission Impossible 2, if anybody remembers her from that.
Oh, okay.
Great stuff.
I saw the original Anaconda one time and remember enjoying it.
Oh, you're missing out. I know. You should watch that again. It holds up.
I wish I'd have sort of scheduled some time to watch it.
Sure.
It just seemed like it was fun and stupid, and you enjoyed it.
Amen. Yeah, fun, stupid, great, and the Jon Voight is just hilarious. Not intentionally so, but that accent, like when they make fun of it in the movie, I think most of us are like, yeah, we've done this bit. We've done this bit all on our own because it is silly. Yes. It's a real treat. this movie is not a real treat to me. So it started, I thought, pretty decent.
Yeah.
And until they actually go to make the movie, I was worried that this was going to be a good movie. Yeah. And then it turns out that it's not. And we're fine.
The first 8 minutes were rough.
Okay.
Then
what was the first 8 minutes?
The first 8 minutes,
okay, we'll get there. Yeah.
The first 8 minutes is sort of the setup in Brazil with the girl, which was like, eh.
Oh, right. I forgot about that. Yeah.
And then the first Jack Black bit, which was him pitching the wedding video. And then the first Paul Rudd bit where he's doing an audition.
Yep.
Those were rough. Those were very rough.
Yeah, sure.
Then once we get everybody together, then we rollick.
Yeah, because then we just have charismatic people, being charismatic together.
Yep.
And then they decide to go make a movie, and then it just tanks itself.
It has a bunch of problems, but I will say this: I might have laughed more in this movie than any other movie we've ever done.
That's so funny. So I guess I should pull up my notes, but at some point in my notes, I wrote, I have laughed less at this movie than I did at Strange Wilderness.
Yeah.
Which is a similar kind of vibe to Anaconda. And
I will say, most all of my huge laughs were Steve Zahn.
He's
his
a delight.
He has. I went to the grocery store after I watched this movie. And as I was walking back to my car, one of his jokes went into my head, and I just was walking and laughing because it was such a good joke, so well delivered. And
yeah, he crushes it.
Jack Black, Paul Rudd's there's three major problems. Paul Rudd,
okay, right,
50% of Jack Black.
Yeah, and I can fix Jack.
I can fix Paul Rudd very easily. Paul Rudd's easy fix.
Sure.
And I don't think they had a movie. I don't think they had a reimagining of the movie. When they were shooting the movie, there wasn't a movie. And if someone had sat down and wrote the treatment for it and then wrote 5 scenes and those scenes were real, this could have been an incredible movie because all the other stuff that hangs off of it would then that's the problem. The problem is when they're being chased by the bad guys and they're still trying to shoot the movie. There's never any consequences for anything. You're like,
well, that's true.
Whenever there's a bad guy that comes on the boat, they're just magically off the boat for no real reason. And then the snake handler guy, they mishandled all of that, and there wasn't a twist at the end either.
Well, that's true. It's impossible, at least for me, to not compare this to Tropic Thunder, of course, because
you immediately think Tropic Thunder.
It's basically the same movie, right? So here's part of what you said is half, in my opinion, what you said is half the problem, where they don't have a movie. So when they're filming stuff, it's gobbledygook, right? Doesn't make sense. We're not like, oh, this is a stupid movie that I would see. Even if it's like a very cheesy horror film, which is great, I don't feel that. You don't feel it. Tropic Thunder has a genuine movie that they are trying to make, and obstacles come in the way, right? That's one difference. The other difference is Tropic Thunder is an action comedy. The movie they're making is an action movie, so they use tropes from that movie in the real movie and make an action comedy. Anaconda is a horror film, and this movie has no elements of horror when the snake comes. So the movie within a movie sucks, and then the movie that we're watching isn't in the right genre of Anaconda. It needs to be a horror comedy while they're making a horror movie. That's what needs to happen.
And that would have just been, that's an easy movie to write.
You would think so.
I would think so. You put them out there and then you detether them from their safety. I mean, I understand the jokes about, there's a whole series of jokes about the Sony really shooting Anaconda 2 at the same time that they're shooting. And that stuff was fine, but you need 100%. You need to just flip that and have there not be this whole gold miners being chased by
absolute
people.
Nonsense.
None of it, because it doesn't add anything. The woman, like they didn't even speak to the woman who's the protagonist of that story for like 40 minutes or something crazy. Just like they're like, oh, we're gonna go on your boat. She's like, okay, now I will never talk to you about anything again.
Okay, goodbye now. Yeah, no, it's it's unfortunate, and they have a line. I don't know if I wrote it down. So there's a line that Jack Black says where he says, "We're here to make Anaconda, but now we're living it," which is the crux of what this movie should be, but they never really do. There is, because that weird side story with these gold miners, and then the snake is just kind of there. The snake doesn't really do much.
The snake is just a third act.
Yeah.
Bunch of adventure.
No, like
That's
this
all,
needs to be
action.
Anaconda. Like it needs to be a giant snake horror movie.
What is the Anaconda movie? I don't remember. What is the original movie about?
I think that they are hunting this snake. I think they're hunting that snake, and that snake kicks the shit out of them. Oh. But let's make sure that's what it is. They're hunting something because John Voight is like their hunter.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And then it just beats the shit out of him, and it's great. All right, so a National Geographic film crew. So they're making a documentary, and they are kidnapped by crazed hunter John Voight, who forces them to track a legendary giant green snake. So it's a documentary crew, that gets hijacked and is forced to try to like capture this snake on camera. And then, as you would imagine, all hell breaks loose.
And so, you need to start with what the movie is about. Right? You need to start 100%, with the Anaconda movie. And I don't feel like there was anything other than jokes at the end about that movie and at the expense of that movie. There was nothing that they filmed or showed in the action that had anything to do with the Anaconda the movie.
That is correct. Yeah.
They should have taken Steve Zahn and not made him and let Jack Black be the camera person. Because whenever he was being the camera person, so was Steve Zahn. They were both being camera people at the same time.
Yeah.
It should have made Steve Zahn the bit player, and he plays every other role.
That'd be fun.
I would like that. Because he does. Yeah. They show a clip at the end where he was playing the bad guy, and I'm like, that was not in the movie. Yeah. Not ever in the movie. No, it was not. Yeah. They knew the instinct of what needed to happen of him playing the bad guy and all the other characters, but they didn't do that. And two, Paul Rudd needed to be a dick.
Yeah, because he's the guy that moves away, went to LA, didn't quite make it, but then like comes home he needs to have an ego.
He needs to be talking about SWAT, how they're asking him back. Yeah. He needs to talk about how he books everything. And then when we find out, spoilers, that he doesn't actually have the rights to the movie, then we understand. And
because then he has a turn. He has character development. It's like, oh, this guy's full of bluster because his life didn't turn out great.
Yes. And
then him and Jack can have the moment where they bond because Jack's like, I've always been jealous of you. And Paul's like, well, fuck, man, I'm jealous of you because you have a real life. You got your shit together. And Jack's like, but you're living the dream, buddy.
Because he does have he has a happy family. And
he's got a B plus life, which is my favorite joke of the whole movie, by the way.
and he's happy with it. That's the thing.
As we do. As us B pluses do. We like it. It's comfortable. It's nice.
A+ life would be better. A+ life would be better.
Sure, I wouldn't say no, but I'm good at a B. It's good.
It's really true. And so if his character had been more of a dick and caused some tension in the whole situation, then we've got a couple of characters that get to constantly bounce off each other.
Wow. You're expecting some sort of tension from anywhere, and that's a problem. There's no tension in this movie.
Yeah, there's not a lot of tension.
Yeah.
which is sad because I think part of it is they don't, Tropic Thunder understood that.
Yeah.
Everybody in Tropic Thunder is broken beyond comprehension.
100%.
And you know what? That's a movie that people look back on and go like, well, Robert Downey Jr. should have won an Oscar for that movie.
Yeah, we do say that.
And it is correct because that performance is a performance.
Yeah.
And
it's unreal.
And what's his name? Ben Stiller, doing the Simple Jack, just like if you can't throw your character under the bus, then what? Then it's not a character.
Yeah.
We don't need. I mean, Paul Rudd's character doesn't have any. There's nothing negative about it.
No, not really. There's really nothing positive about him either, though. If that does anything for you.
Shall we talk about the movie?
Yeah, let's go back to the first part of the movie that you didn't like very much.
So the very first part, we set up Brazil. There's this woman who's being chased by these dudes in the jungle, and then she's.
Dan, I just want to quickly say, so we start in Brazil, and we kind of show the shot of that statue.
Yeah.
You remember that statue? Yep. The one that's in Fast and the Furious, and that's the only reason I know where it is. So I was all excited, and I went to Naomi, and I was like, oh, we're in Brazil. I know it. And she's like, yeah, it said it on the screen. I missed the fact that they said Brazil, but I was so excited that I knew Fast and the Furious takes place in Brazil one time.
I know.
That I thought I was being like really clever.
I figured it out. I broke the code.
I broke the code already, baby. I'm ahead of this movie. Apparently not.
So we do a monkey jump scare. There's a motorcycle.
Would you consider that a jump scare?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Okay.
I mean, in a movie where there's no other jump scares.
Right. So why would you start the movie with a jump scare and then never, ever do another sort of scare again? Why would you do that?
There was another one.
Is there one more?
Yeah. When they get in the van. When they get in the van. And the snake attacks.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
That was the other one.
I guess so. So there's two. But you open the movie. This is your first scene of the movie, and you're setting the tone that, hey, we're going to have a horror comedy. There's a jump scare. Get ready. And it's not.
Nope.
Bad move.
And one of the guys gets eaten by an anaconda. Like, okay, well, there we go.
Yeah, barely. I didn't look it up. Did they not have a very big budget for this?
I have
the snake
no idea.
Looks terrible, dude. It looks so bad.
I don't care. Doesn't bother me.
Well, I mean, I don't care either because it's not important to the movie. So I guess,
Well, and once again,
who cares?
It would be interesting to watch the original movie and see how that snake is. But this snake moves 1,000 miles an hour, just like it flies. It's like,
it's quick. Snakes are very scary. Okay.
This one, not at all scary.
Well, that's correct. Yeah.
Okay, Jack Black doing voiceover. Basically, he works for his dad who owns a wedding videography company, and he's trying to pitch these people on doing like a horror movie instead of their wedding. And
then he gets the chance to make a horror movie, and he doesn't. So it's weird.
It's true. They're not making a horror movie, are they?
No, not really.
They're not even. There's nothing that they say or do that makes it seem like a horror movie.
Nope.
They just do.
Weird, right? Seems weird. Then again, your second scene, you're setting up the fact that Jack loves horror movies and would love to make a horror movie. And then he gets a chance to remake Anaconda. And he's like, well, let's not make it a horror movie.
I mean,
doesn't make any sense.
He doesn't even say what kind of movie it is, though, does he?
No, they don't. But I've seen some of the scenes they shot. It's not a horror movie.
It's not a horror movie. So, the people are eventually like, well, we just want a normal movie. Okay.
Right. We just want a wedding video.
Once again, it was Jack Black just being too over. When he pulls it back in this movie, his acting is incredible.
Right. So Jack can act.
He can act.
We all know this. I think the problem is as he's gotten older, he doesn't want to try as hard. Right? And I don't know. This could be conjecture.
I don't believe that.
You don't think that's what it is? You think it's just that people want Jack, so they're like, Jack, do Jack?
I think he starts doing Jack, and they're like, okay, we have to put Jack in.
This is great.
And you're like, nope. the scenes where he's not doing Jack are the good scenes. The scenes where he's doing Jack,
they are
the
and they're too few and far between.
Yeah.
That's it. He just needs to be a human. He just needs to be like a regular guy.
Regular guy, like, just have this, and that intense, they think that intensity equals comedy, but it doesn't at this point because we've all seen it. We all understand it.
We've done it.
He's not doing anything new, but when he's playing a real human being, we're like, oh, this real human being, he's going to go through some stuff.
Because this movie requires him to be a human being. Then you look at something like Minecraft and you think, Jack be Jack in Minecraft because, he's lived in Minecraft all his life. He's crazy.
Yeah.
This guy's a loon. This guy, normal guy. Just a dude, works for his dad. Life didn't work out the way he wanted it. He's us.
Well,
he's the
us.
everyman.
And more importantly, he is us. Like when his wife comes in there and he's all, she's like, you're happy when you're watching that movie. He's not happy when he's trying to pitch these people on this other stupid 100%.
Movie. It's soul sucking.
Yeah. I want to see the real, where he's like editing another one of these and he's got
mind-numbingly boring.
Yeah. He's just like, this, and he looks up at something and he talks about what he wants to be doing.
Yeah.
And he knows that he can't be doing it because he likes his life.
You like your life, but they have that perfect moment where the dad's like, this is all going to be yours at some point. And he's got to have an internal struggle of like, am I ready to give everything? This is it? This is it. Or can I hang on a little bit? I don't know. He needs to go through some shit, but he doesn't really.
Because he understands that these people are not going to want to make the video like that.
Yeah.
He understands this character. This character understands that. He's not a crazy person. Yeah. And that's a huge problem. But they're like, he's like, well, what if I do it like this? And they're like, oh, it's great. So funny. Because it is funny, but it's not this movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Then we go and we meet Paul Rudd's character, Griff. He's in the makeup chair. He's booked a commercial. He works at Lowe's. And then he's talking to the makeup girl about, what to do. And then he goes and does absurd, weird accents that sabotage the thing.
It's unfortunate because the idea of this scene is spot on, right? Mm-hmm. Sitting in that chair. As someone who this is literally my experience when I work once every 4 years, you get to that chair, you have one line and you're like, fuck, I don't remember how to do this. I don't remember what it's like to be on set. I haven't been here in years. I'm panicking. Everyone else is a professional. What do I do? You have that moment of panic. I did, humble brag, I did NCIS Origins the end of last year. But before that, I hadn't worked in 2 years on a professional set other than like commercials. So I was in that chair. The lady's doing my hair and I was like shaking. Because there's a row, there's a row of wagons. And I was just like, I am out of my league. I don't remember how to do this. I need to go home. I need to go home right now. The day was fun. Like once you're in it, it's great. It's fun.
Yeah.
But that moment in that chair when he's having that moment, that existential crisis, is like, yes, this is great. He needs to go on set and just be bad. This weird accent thing.
It's not real.
Make any sense.
It's not real.
Exactly.
Because he knows it's bad. He doesn't think that doing these weird things are good.
There's no way that anyone would think that that's a good idea.
Yeah. Or just, there's 10 and you're trying to beat this guy down. Let's beat him down, right? Let's have him go out there and sit. And then they're like, he sits there all day and he's watching the clock. And then they don't even film him. And they're like, oh yeah, that got cut. Sorry. Oh, no one told you. And then he's just been cut. Like that is your soul being destroyed. Or if you were going to make him overconfident, where he's all like, getting in there. But the things they chose are absurd and dumb and don't make any sense.
Correct. Yeah.
So this is the point at which I'm like, this is not good. Boom. Let's see. Oh, and then we do the dad talks to Jack Black about how this is all going to be yours. He's driving home with the wife, and I don't think the kids are in there. I think it's just him and the wife. And they get home, and it's his surprise birthday party. Boom. Everybody's there, including Griff and including Thandie Newton's character, whose name I can't remember right now. His name is Doug. Griff. Claire. Her name is Claire, because every woman's character's name is Claire. Because that was in the last movie is Claire.
Oh, was it? Yeah. Well, there you go.
So, boom.
Very common name. I won't worry about it.
Everybody's excited. And they pull out. Griff has found a copy of the movie they made as kids called Quatch, about a Sasquatch. And we do a great R-rated thing where all the R-rated words are cut out and everyone's laughing. Yeah. Everyone's enjoying it. The monster is pretty cool looking.
Pretty funny.
And it's funny. And it's a beautiful, touching moment because he thought that this VHS was lost.
Yeah.
And we also find out that Claire and Griff used to have a thing, and Claire has lost her husband, and she wants to get back with him. I think they could have played the love story better too. Oh,
for sure. Yeah. They do it. I only remember one other moment that anything really happens.
Oh, the one kiss. They're running the one kiss again. And
they're like, do it again. Let's do one more. Yeah. Like, okay.
He could have easily done much more with that. You know, her wanting to be, yes. Then the next morning they're at a diner. They start talking about Anaconda. And I think Steve Zahn talks about the snake being a metaphor for life. And it's and you're like, oh my God, here's the because I didn't know Steve Zahn was in this, and then he appears.
Oh yeah,
and then he's doing the best joke in the movie. I'm like, wait a second, what's happening?
He's really fat. I mean, I've always loved Steve Zahn, always. I think he's wonderful, but the last year and a half, he's really just crushing it for me.
What else?
Chad Powers. This movie.
He was in Chad Powers.
He's so good in Chad. He's the coach in Chad. He's so good. I love him. Good for him.
And so then Griff blurts out, I have the rights to Anaconda. Then he tells this kind of weird story.
Super weird. Yeah.
And they're like, well, let's do it. Let's reboot it. Let's get the whole gang back together.
Yeah, why not?
And Kenny, played by Steve Zahn, immediately he's like, I'm in.
Oh, you're in? You're just going to go to the Amazon? Yeah, it's great.
And eventually the Claire's in, but Doug is not in, and Doug goes home.
Because he's got a B plus life.
Yeah, this is your B
it's a great joke. I really like it.
This is the point where he's, and then the wife is like, she goes in there and she's like, go. She's like, go do the movie.
Yeah, and I
love that.
I agree that that's the right notion. That's the right inclination. Yeah. But it needs to be just the tiniest bit darker than that.
Oh, okay.
Because he, as we know, he's not super happy, right?
Yeah.
Because she has a line where she's like, this is when I'm watching you watch that movie, you're the happiest you've been. And she needs to just be like, hey, you need to do this for yourself because we need the guy, that we fell in love with. We need you back in our lives. And this is how you're going to do it. Just to put some more stakes, because it's very just like, well, go do the movie. Go have fun. Go do the movie. And he's like, all right, I'll do the movie. There just needs to be a little bit more realism in that scene where it's like, hey, you need this and we need you to do it because we need you back. We love you, guy. BB plus, come on.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. That makes a lot of sense. And then he goes home and he does the rewrite, which is really nice. He sits in front of the typewriter.
This is a really cool scene. Yeah.
It's a really good scene. You felt it. And then we do a montage of them trying to get money. And they're like, we're going to need 200,000.
You're right. This also was a good joke when the bank is like, you've been approved for a loan for $9,400 or whatever it was. I was like, yep, that sounds about right.
Then they shifted down to 43,000. I think they could have done some good stuff with Claire here because she's financing it and show what she's willing to, like why does we need to understand what she needs out of this.
Yeah, 100%.
And that would be good. So they're getting everything ready. Oh, they talk about how it could be about grief, or it could be about revenge, or it can be about intergenerational trauma. I love that scene. That scene was great.
Super funny, but also ironic because their movie is about nothing.
I know.
The actual Anaconda is not about themes. So it's weird that when you're writing your movie, you make the people within your movie think more about their movie than you thought about your movie. You know what I'm saying? It's a little weird. It's a little weird to point that out directly to us, but that's fine.
And then we've assembled everyone and we're talking to Kenny, and I don't know if we find this out here, but Kenny had been working for Jack Black's character and things, but he had to fire him because of substance abuse. And then he says that he is Buffalo
sober.
I did not think it was Buffalo, New York. That didn't cross into my brain. So I didn't know what he was saying. I was like, and then he explains that Buffalo sober is only drinking beer and wine. And then he
some of the liquors, but definitely not all of them.
And then
it's brilliant.
That was the joke that broke me up in the parking lot.
No, it's a really good little bit.
It was so funny. Oh my god!
He's funny. He's so good.
Jack Black's character gives him a little statue. His kid gives him this little statue of World's Greatest Doug, a little Academy Award statue. Really nice, and they use it really nice in the movie.
Yeah, oh, for sure. And I love the joke that it's not Best Dad, it's just Best Doug. All very funny. Yeah.
And so they know how to write. You're just like, they get to Brazil. The lady from the intro's there at the same time as them. She's hiding out from the things. They meet the snake handler guy, and he's got the snake inside this box, which is cool. Snake is cool. The lady steals the boat keys from the actual captain, who's drunk somehow, and then
Brazil.
She takes them out and is going to take. She steals the boat with them, which never has any repercussions and is very strange.
Nope, not really. Yeah.
And we're off on our adventure.
I like the snake handler guy. I don't think they did a great job with him, but I don't know who he is. But I thought he could be very, very funny.
He seemed very funny. It seemed like they didn't give him anything to do because they really didn't want to deal with the snake, which was really strange.
Just in general, they're making an Anaconda movie, and the last thing they want to do is snake stuff.
Yeah, the one scene we shoot with the snake is the final scene we shoot with the snake. And you're like, that does not make any sense. Correct. They're off shooting
ostensibly for a while.
For a while, and he's not even there.
Yeah,
which doesn't make any sense.
I wouldn't worry about it.
I'm not going to worry about it. They do a prayer that night. They do a prayer to the movie gods, and then they're shooting at the waterfall. And then we do a bit with exploring the idea of maybe doing a snake POV shot, which then they don't ever even do.
That's correct.
Paul Rudd's character is doing the toothpick in the mouth bit, which is okay, but that doesn't seem like it's his bit.
It's fine. It's just why? Why? I don't know.
And he's doing fake kung fu and doing nunchucks. There weren't any nunchucks in the movie, I don't think, were there?
Unless I'm forgetting something pretty weird. No.
I don't know what that,
Yep.
And then him and Thandi have a kiss scene, and then they almost kiss, and then they're like, "Let's do it again." Griff says, "Let's do it again," and then she's like, "We're doing it again." Very fun.
Yeah, great. Doesn't lead anywhere later in the movie, really, but it's great.
The next night on the boat, Griff is talking about how he was on SWAT, And then this is when the movie. Then this is when they've lost me again. Is the headbutt scene?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Why don't you talk about the headbutt scene, Tony?
Well, I can tell you where it came from, I assume. Right?
Okay.
Which would just be like a night that you're just drunk with your idiot friends and this conversation came up and you were like, I'm going to put this in a movie somewhere. I don't care if it doesn't make sense. I'm going to put it in a movie no matter what. That's where this came from. So basically, there's some scene that they wrote that someone's supposed to talk someone out of something and have a really nice, emotionally character-driven moment. And instead, Paul Rudd wants to do a double headbutt. And everyone is very excited because a double headbutt has never been done before or something. And it's, quote, revolutionary, which is incorrect. And then they all just start headbutting the air.
Oh, that's how I do it. Hoodla.
Yeah.
If you shoot that scene and you look at that scene, you're like, it's not good.
Throw it away. It doesn't need to be in the movie. Just throw it away. Cut it. That's all I'm gonna say. Just cut it. Put it at the end credits if you really want to keep it. Because your end credits weren't very funny either. So, do whatever you want.
The snake gets loose in the boat, and then the snake is going around, and then it seems to attack someone, but
it pulls up on Paul Rudd as he's doing some sort of radiation mask,
he's got like a weird mask
or whatever whatever it is, and then it sees something out the window and then eats the thing out the window. Is that what happens?
I don't know. I didn't understand.
I don't really know either. It's weird. This would be a really fun scene, a really creepy scene where the snake's crawling through the boat with a bunch of sleepy people, and you're nervous that it's going to eat somebody, but it's not.
It's a nothing scene. It's like,
yeah, and then
it's
just cut, and
then
they just cut, and the next scene is just like, yep, we're all good. What? What do you mean?
Wait, we just did the terrible headbutt scene, and now we're like, the snake. We're doing something with the snake, and it's not even in the movie. Like, I don't understand any of it.
Yeah, very weird.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay, we did. We recreate him, and then we're shooting the snake. And Griff is afraid of the snake. And so as soon as the snake gets anywhere near him, basically he throws the snake off. Somehow the propeller on the boat that should be stationary is running, and it kills the snake.
Are they moving?
No.
I didn't think they were moving.
They were not moving, but we have a shot of the propeller moving in the water.
Right.
Don't know why 100%. We'd be moving.
Maybe it's the station. Oh, here it is, because rivers have current. So maybe they're fighting the current to stay not moving?
I mean, yeah.
I don't know.
That does, that does work.
Some mental gymnastics to get there, but maybe it makes sense. Why did you do this?
Because it's funny to kill a snake.
It wasn't actually all that funny because it's this guy's best friend. I understand that they play it for comedy, but it's not funny.
Not funny. You killed an animal, of course, first
is
rule of improv,
sin,
don't kill an animal.
And they don't do it in a funny way. He just throws it.
Yep.
So I don't know. I don't know why you do this other than this is your way to then have to search for the big snake, sort of, but not really. That's all I got.
Great.
So just throwing this out here. Maybe you don't already have a snake. You have the snake handler, but you don't have the snake. So your movie is the search for the big snake that you need for your movie within a movie. And then that snake is what kills people.
Well, you mean almost like you could do a thing where they get there and Kenny's like, here's the snake handler. And he's like, yes, I'm the snake handler. They're like, okay, let's see the snake. I'm the snake handler.
I did not have a snake. We need to get snake. We need to gather snake.
Yes, we gather snake.
Because then it's parallel to the original movie where the documentarians are supposed to be capturing this giant snake.
Yeah.
So you have like the same kind of, I don't know. I just thought this was weird.
Because having the snake has bought them nothing. And then 100%. They're having to shoot around not having a snake. This is all very funny.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get this shot. But what about the? No, we're gonna have to do.
We'll add this. We'll add the snake later. We'll add it later. Don't worry.
But there's jokes to be.
Yeah.
But they had nunchakus, which didn't make any sense. So the training guy has a hard time. And Griff is not being sensitive, and he tells him to leave. They put the snake on a funeral pyre, and then they sing a song to the snake.
Yeah, super weird snake song. I don't know.
That scene needed to be good.
Sure. That would have been nice.
It needed to be a real song. It needed to be something, Do
you think that was just improvised?
I
guess. Kind of felt like it a little bit. It felt, and which is fine. It felt like bad improv to me, and I don't know.
Because everybody was bad singing. They weren't trying to sing.
Yeah.
When you're doing singing, even if you can't sing, and that's why whenever I used to do the song improv classes, I would always do great.
Yeah.
Because I would commit 100% because I wanted to be singing. Shannon's like, your voice is terrible. My voice may be terrible, but if you commit to it,
it's still funny.
People can have a response to it.
Because if you commit to it, then we buy in either way. Even if it's bad and you're fully committed, like I'm in 100%. It's fun.
Yeah. You're like, this guy's deluded. He thinks he's singing good. And you're like,
exactly.
No, I'm singing great.
Yep. Like that guy from American Idol, right? When he's she bangs,
that
dude. I don't remember his name.
William Hung?
Yeah, that guy. He was giving it his all. And we loved him for it.
He cared, and he thought he was doing good. He was giving the best that he could give.
100%. And so we fell in love with him.
It was shit.
But that's a lesson. That's a lesson for improvisers everywhere. Give a shit. Just give a shit, and we'll give a shit back.
License a real song, and then, they transition, they're like, he's singing, don't stop believing, don't stop believing. And then everybody joins in, and you're just like, what the fuck is happening?
Then you transition to the actual song for the next scene. It's pretty easy.
We have to be sitting there going, what the fuck is happening?
What are we doing?
And everybody just like, bah, bah, bah. No, that's not,
no,
we don't
doesn't
care.
make any sense. Yeah.
Okay, the bad guys are watching from a boat. And then, one of the bad guys is watching from a boat, and he gets Anaconda. Okay. Griff goes in there to try to apologize. He brings beers. Great line. The guy has his pills, and he's all like, I have my pills, but okay. So he has some sort of pills that he takes.
Yeah. He said, and I think what he says is like, let's mix it up. And I was like, yeah, that's good.
I love
that. Is very funny.
So this guy could absolutely deliver a good line. You give him a good line,
100%.
He kills it.
No, there's a couple of moments where I was like, oh shit, this guy's really funny. And in a different movie, I think he would be great. I didn't look him up, though. Do we know him?
No, I don't know him, but
all right, I'm going to look him up and give him the proper respect because he deserves it. He did a great job.
Now they're wasted, and they start bonding. He starts talking about SWAT, and so then he's like, "You're a star," and then he says, the movie we should remake. You need to do a movie like The Legend of Bagger Vance.
Bagger Vance. Yeah, that was very funny.
And that's one of those things where you're like, you're going to go through 100 different movies that you're going to pitch to be the joke.
Exactly.
And then you hit the perfect
probably
one.
Do a bunch on the day. Do a bunch on the day and just see which one makes you tickle in post.
And they got to the right one, and he delivered the right one, and it was a bona fide joke.
Well, he's done a ton of stuff in a different language. Must be Spanish.
Probably Spanish.
Must be Spain, maybe. He's a Brazilian actor, so I guess Portuguese. Sorry, everybody.
Oh, Portuguese.
Right? That's Brazil?
Tony, stop being racist. Yes, it's Brazil. Portuguese.
It wasn't racist. I got it. Damn it, Dan.
You were being racist.
I was being, but I was still right.
So then he's like, okay, time to go get a new snake. Griff is like, right now? He's like, yeah, right now.
Yeah,
and
right
boom,
now.
They're in the swamp. Griff is scared. He loses Santiago, and then Griff just runs away.
And it's just
It's not a
anticlimactic.
Scene. It's
No, it's not a scene, but it should be a scene because now you're at night. You're walking through a creepy ass swamp. The snake is hunting you. This is a scene from an Anaconda movie. Like, why can't we just do it properly? I don't understand. Why don't you care, Dan?
Why don't they care? I care, Tony.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
He runs. He gets back to the boat and wakes up Jack Black's character. And Jack Black's character is like, so he plays a person that was asleep that has been woken up by a person coming back to tell them that they've left the boat to go looking for a new snake. He's just like,
yeah, what? What are you talking about?
and then he says a great line. He's like, and you going out there to help him look for the snake? That's called producing.
Producing. Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
Kenny has now gone and found San Diego's pills and is enjoying them. Great. They wake everybody up. We find out that Kenny's wasted out of his mind. And he does a chairs have arms bit. Talk about the chairs has arms bit, Tony.
It's good. It's a good bit. Yeah.
He can just run a bit, and that's the whole thing. So,
well, because, he's very comedic and very smart and very talented.
So they go out into the swamp, and they see an old camper van. The bad guys have now got on into the boat, but I guess the woman's gone with them. The skipper woman went with them, which doesn't make any sense because she would never go with them. She
hasn't done that one time throughout the rest of the movie.
And boom, they get to the camper van, they hide in it, and San Diego is dead. We'll find out later that he isn't dead. But
wait, is he not dead?
Oh, you didn't watch all the end scenes?
Probably not. I was pretty disappointed.
The final end scene is that he's alive.
All right, well, that's great.
Yeah, I'm glad he's alive, but you could have
for the sequel.
You could have done that in the movie.
In the movie, yeah, I agree with that.
He finds a girl snake and releases the girl snake, and that chases off the snake. Something.
Sure.
Do something. You have when we sit in Star Wars, and Han Solo comes back to save the day. As a child, I was not ready. I did not go, oh, Han Solo's coming back. I'm a stupid child.
Sure.
I'm like, this is the greatest movie ever because Han Solo came back and saved the day. And that's
sure.
I am the guy,
Yeah.
Makes me angry.
Yeah, it should.
So the thing isn't starting, and so they have to fix it, but Kenny can't fix it because he's wasted, and so they send Jack Black out there.
Yeah.
They argue about a driving test, and then he goes out and he just fixes it. And then they drive away.
Which is not on the driving test. So, I don't totally understand what that scene had anything to do with it, but it's fine. I wouldn't worry about it.
And then they get chased by motorcycles, and then they're like, Kenny, are you getting this? That's the other thing, is if Kenny's going to be shooting it or someone's going to be shooting it, someone has to be shooting. Someone has to have a camera of some sort in their hand every second of this movie.
Yeah. 100%.
You have to do that.
Yeah. They don't.
They don't do it. They don't do it. This is I think the only scene they do it in.
Yeah.
Yeah. They get back to the boat, and then there's the bad guy there, but the bad guy gets knocked out by the woman, and she's all like, okay, we're going to just keep going. You keep making the movie. 1.5 days, there's an airport.
Yeah.
Okay, so he writes a new script with her as
the hero, I guess, which is all weird.
Why did he do that? Weird. Was there a reason why that happened?
Yeah, because they were like, oh, we don't have a snake, so instead, this movie is now about the gold diggers or something else, and she's fighting people.
So they're not making Anaconda anymore?
They're basically making the movie that they're living, because now it's less about a snake and now it's about these other bad guys, these real people that are the bad guys, and now it's about something, quote unquote.
Yeah, that didn't work.
No, it doesn't work. I'm just trying to tell you what they said.
But we do have one good joke where they're like, you could be the white Jordan Peele.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Like
Because they're talking about social horror or something. I don't know, dude. I don't know.
Tony's lost it now. Tony's in the Dan Goodsell zone. He's like, okay, that's it. I've checked out. You've completely lost
with this
me.
Piece of trash movie.
Okay, so they start shooting with the girl, and Griff is having a hard time with it. And he says...
Yeah, but not really.
He says he's cutting us out of our movie. And it's like, you only got 3 people. Nobody's getting cut out of any movie.
You're all in it equally. Yeah, like I would be fine if this was really how this character felt. Like, because if he had the ego that we've been talking about, he would be very upset that he is being replaced as number 1 on the call sheet, you know?
But that's not really who he is, and it doesn't.
It's not really who he is. He's just a blah. You know, he doesn't care.
And boom! So here they are. They're on the boat. They're going down. They're shooting, and then here come these other boats. And it turns out those other boats are from Sony, and they're shooting the real Anaconda 2. And we find out that Griff didn't really have the rights.
Such a surprise. I don't know about you, but I was so surprised when he didn't have the rights.
Like I said,
that's a joke.
I am clueless. I actually believed he had the rights.
Oh, you did? Interesting.
I guess I just didn't even think about it, right?
Sure.
And that's why I kind of wish when they set up that he had the rights, we knew that he didn't have the rights. So that we absolutely knew that this was
for certain.
This was going to come crumbling down at some point. That the whole basis for this thing, you know, it's kind of like in those movies where the hot guy, she's all that or whatever. We have to know.
Great movie.
We have to know that this structure is built on broken pilings and it's going to collapse.
Yeah. Yes.
And I really was not laboring under that feeling this whole movie.
Yeah. Sure.
So, So they Jack Black fires him. You're fired, and he's like, I already quit. We do a you can't fire me. I already quit bit, which
maybe come up with a different angle for that. You know, I don't know what it is, or just let him get fired because that's not really funny.
Yeah. And then Griff gets in the little extra boat they have, and then he goes to chase them down. Why does he go to chase them down?
I think because he wants to get in the movie or something. I think he wants to join.
He wants to just leave. Yeah.
All right, sure. Or that.
So he gets there, and lo and behold, it is sunk. And he has he has some good jokes, and he's like, where's J-Lo? Where's Ice Cube?
Ice Cube. John Voight, are you in this one?
Are you even in this one?
Yeah. I do wish there was some carnage.
You mean more than just like a little bit of equipment broken?
Yeah. Like where are all the people? There was 100 people on that boat. Maybe not. I don't know how boats work, but there was definitely 25 to 50 people. Where are they?
Well, we definitely set up when we get to the second part of the destruction that everyone's just hiding in the jungle.
Oh, interesting.
We drop a line. We drop one line. Ice Cube drops a line and he says...
So nobody's dead?
Eric Stoltz is probably dead. That's another very good joke.
Okay.
Very good joke.
Well, that's too bad. Because this movie should have some carnage.
Well, like the one woman gets eaten.
Does she, though? It looks so bad. I'm sorry. It looks so bad.
I got nothing for you there, Tony.
That's fair.
This one girl gets eaten, and then he's trying to leave in his little boat, and he's riding the boat in circles, which was very funny.
I thought that was a good joke.
And then boom, they go back, and she's like, "Okay, this is a place to we're gonna stop." And then it turns out that she's the person who's stealing the gold. And so she marches them out there.
Yeah, that's the twist, Dan.
And they pull a bunch of bags of gold out. And then they're all like, you guys are going to have to carry this gold back to the boat. And they're all like, you can't make us carry gold to the boat. You may as well just kill us.
Right. I'm just going to tell you, I'll carry gold.
What do you...
I don't really want to die. Yeah, I have no skin in that game. Yeah. Like it's not my gold. You're not stealing from me. I'll carry it.
Yeah. And you just say to her, yeah, we'll put the gold on the boat and then you just leave us here and we can't do anything.
Right.
You're scot-free. Because the government knows the government knows who she is.
100%.
So what are we going to tell them? Oh, she left in a boat. Well, they're going to know you're in a boat.
And we'll be like, all right, cool. Thanks for the tip. We'll go hunt her down. See you later.
Yeah. So
I don't know. Very silly.
Government agent shows up with a gun. Griff shows up with a gun. Griff shoots the government agent and then...
But just in the leg.
Yeah. Then we have a girl fight between her and Claire headbutts her.
Yeah. That's called a callback, Dan.
It was okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine. And then the Anaconda just comes and eats Anna. And ostensibly our villain is gone?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Snake's just really there for convenience. And then just gets rid of people we don't want to shoot anymore.
And then what do? We run a completely unaffiliated bit that is one of the greatest bits of all time.
We do?
Yeah, we do.
What is it?
What is it, Tony? What happens right after that?
I don't know.
They're trekking.
Trying to read my notes.
They're trekking through the jungle, and something happens.
I got nothing.
Kenny gets bit by a spider.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And
I actually forgot this even happened,
this
to be
movie,
honest with you.
It knows what it wants to do when it gets there. When it puts all this other crap in there, it's just wasting time. And what happens, Tony?
Well, I was going to look this up, too, because there's no way this is right.
This is not
true. He gets bit by a spider,
none of this is true.
And someone's like, well, you got to pee on it.
No,
like,
Kenny
I thought
says
that was just
Kenny
jellyfish.
Says, and you're not supposed to pee on jellyfish, but Kenny's like...
Wait, is that true?
It's absolutely true. You do not pee on jellyfish.
I didn't know because I've always had that plan. If I get stung, I'm peeing immediately. I'm ready, locked and loaded. Anytime I'm near the ocean, I'm like guzzling. I'm guzzling just in case. You never know when you're going to need it. I did not know that. I thought it was like ammonia or something, right? Oh man, I'm in trouble. I'm going to look that up. Friends lied to me. Yeah. That's where I learned that. Anyhow,
do the rest of the bit, Tony.
So someone then says, I thought that was just jellyfish. And then is it Paul Rudd that says, no, I think it's all animals, which is just the dumbest line in any movie ever. And then Steve Zahn has to try to pee on him. And he's like, I can't pee without sitting down.
No. He has performance anxiety or whatever he calls it.
Right.
So he can't do it. And then he's like, oh, and I have to do it.
I can only
stand. Pee while sitting down in a chair.
So Paul Rudd does a little table while Jack Black lays underneath, and Steve Zahn's sitting to pee on him. Yeah,
it was so funny because it was so stupid. It was just so stupid, and then he pees on him.
It was that.
Oh
that's
my
for sure.
God.
And then they all cheer.
Okay, so we're heading upstream. Someone's getting jealous. Doug is getting jealous of something. I don't remember. And boom, he gets eaten by the snake. Okay, so Doug is gone. We'd set up earlier that what a snake will do is it'll eat something and then it'll regurgitate it to eat it later.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I don't know if that's true or not, but the movie said it, so it is what it is in this world.
And what we needed to have a thing where there should have been like a sacrifice, because I think we set up, one sacrificing for another, whatever. We should have had that in there, but we didn't do that. There's this big open field that they have to cross, and they know that it's too dangerous, right? So they find Doug's body and a pig, and then they're like, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to set them up, they act as a decoy or something.
Yeah. I assume it's kind of like a scarecrow idea, but the opposite, where it's like it attracts the snake. And they say something on the lines of it'll make it harder for the snake to eat Jack's body if he's got the pig on him. I didn't understand
it. Put the pig on top of him. So the pig's head is here.
Tape it all up. Yeah.
And then probably the best joke of all time. They take a dead squirrel and they put, and we all know Jack's alive. We all know Jack's 100%. Alive.
Yeah.
They put a dead squirrel in his mouth. And then
snakes love squirrel meat. That's what Steve Zahn says.
So they're walking about halfway, and for some reason they look back and they have binoculars.
It's that morbid curiosity where you're like, is the snake gonna eat him? I kind of gotta watch.
And boom, Jack Black wakes up with the squirrel in his mouth. And then he starts running. And I mean, this is where the slapstick works great.
Yeah.
Keeps missing the thing. And then the pig wakes up. And on one of the passes, the snake eats the pig, but misses him. I was dying.
It's very funny.
Dying during this scene.
It's very funny. And this would be great in a horror comedy about a giant snake eating people. That's not really what this movie's about.
Tony, what is this movie not about?
I don't know. I couldn't pin down the themes, They kept talking about them, but I couldn't figure it out.
Lo and behold, night falls, and the snake's not chasing him anymore. Who knows?
Yeah, because it ate the pig, so it's fine. Is that how snakes work?
And then Jack Black's character is like, he's like basically fine with everything, but he's like, but
whose idea was it
to put the squirrel? Kenny!
Yeah,
that was so funny. Then they arrive on the Anaconda set. The Anaconda set is all effed up. They find a walkie-talkie, and then the big snake attacks, and then here comes Ice Cube to the tune of Back in Black shooting flares at the giant anaconda. That was fun.
Yeah, cool.
And then they're going to immediately split up for unknowable reasons because he's got to go save J-Lo. And we do a joke about, they're like, who else is here? And there's like J-Lo, but she's from the block, so she's safe. But
so she's going to be all right.
But Eric Stoltz, I don't think, not so much.
Yeah.
That was a good joke.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good joke.
And then he does a whole bit about how these movies, they're like, well, how did you defeat the snake in the third act? And he's like, there was no third act. And they're like, oh.
Right. We didn't finish this. We started shooting without the end of the script. Yeah. Great, fun little Hollywood joke because that is what they do.
They do a couple of selfies. Then he takes off and they come up with the plan of turning on the generator and then cameras and then pyro and then a golf cart. And then we do a whole sort of thing. The only joke in there I really liked was the pyro's not going off, and then Paul Rudd looks at the thing that controls the pyro. He's like, "Oh, I didn't turn it on."
No, that's good.
Then they reach the dead end, and then we're all gonna die. And then someone says, "Not on my watch, Mister." And the fire.
Yeah, Paul says that because it's a callback to the Squatch movie that they made.
Oh,
it's the same line.
Same line.
Yeah.
Yeah. So boom, everything blows up.
And then the snake just explodes. So then the movie's done.
No, they have to stab it. He has to stab it with the Academy Award.
Because the head is still alive, so he's got to brain smash it with the Academy Award.
Plastic Academy Award is going to get. That was nice. I like that.
Yeah, it was cute. Where did it come from? We don't know.
Yeah, he's had that with him the whole time.
Right, he's just carrying it around. It's fine.
And I think he says that's a rap on snake.
That's a rap on snake.
Which I guess they're going to have to call it snake. We needed to set that up earlier.
The rap. So that's what you say when someone's done filming for a project. You'll say like, "That's a wrap on Tony," and then everybody applauds, and that's like your final goodbye on a set.
Oh, yeah. I thought that they were going to have to call their movie Snake.
That's the movie. Yeah, I understand because it's the same verbiage, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
Little inside Hollywood for you, Dan.
And then they show the film to all their friends and family at the Buffalo International Film Festival because of course
they all just love it.
They don't have rights. Boom, boom, boom. And then J-Lo comes to his house and wants him to direct the real movie.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I mean, it was okay. My biggest problem was they were showing clips from the movie that they shot.
Yeah.
And they showed some clips from the actual movie that we saw. And I was like, but it's not possible they would have been filming that.
Oh, really?
And that frustrated me. I don't know why, but you're only showing a couple of clips. Like, just make it all stuff that we know you could have shot. That's my only problem. Doesn't make any sense.
That makes sense, Tony.
Sure. Not like this movie.
So the chase in the field, the peeing, all the Steve Zahn jokes at the beginning. Love them all.
Yeah, he's great. He's wonderful. Also, we missed my favorite Paul Rudd joke.
Oh, what was it?
They're just talking about their lives, and he is just talking about how he has a 74-year-old roommate. Do you remember this joke?
I don't know.
It's like he's basically talking about how his life didn't turn out the way he liked. He's like this, and this, and I've got a 74-year-old roommate. And I was like, why have we not seen that? I need to see this guy with his 74-year-old roommate, because that's a great joke, and it's thrown away. That's it. Even if he was just at the premiere of this movie, there's just a 74-year-old man next to Paul, something.
And that's the whole thing is and he gets back on SWAT too. They have a nice little shot of the poster of SWAT, and then he's real little in the middle.
Very small. Was good. He's very small in it, but
yeah. I would rather a movie like this, strike at the ball and hit a number, hit a single than most of the movies we watch.
100%. I laughed more at Strange Wilderness than I laughed at this one, but I did laugh. There's some good bits. You named most of them, but it could have been better. I think my point is I'm disappointed because I think it could have been much better if you just tried just 10% harder.
Yeah. It's a hard world we live in right now.
It's tough stuff.
Okay. Now we talk about things we like this week. I watched the trailer for Jury Duty.
Yeah, okay. Ooh, are you excited?
Alex is going to be a star.
He's the
main character.
He's the dude in this. He's the guy. And I was like, F&A, man. Yeah, he's gonna blow up.
He's kind of playing TJ Miller, but we don't have TJ Miller anymore. So
well, we don't like TJ Miller, so we might as well get a new one.
He looks like he's going to be hilarious. It looks like the show is going to be hilarious. It looks like it's going to.
I'm very excited.
Work perfectly.
Yeah,
the redhead's coming in, buying the company. It looks like they did it again. I don't know how they did it again.
100%.
It looks like they did.
I'm very excited.
These are.
I don't know about again because I haven't seen the first season, but I'm gonna.
These are skilled. Why did you watch it before this one comes out, Tony? That would make sense.
I'm gonna. Doesn't it come out on like the 20th? I got a week.
Great.
Chill out, bro.
I watched. What's his name? I watched Reacher Guy's new movie.
Oh, War Machine.
War Machine. Great. Not great, but
okay.
Just
I want to see it. Yeah.
Nothing for this show. Just like if you want to just kick around for 2 hours and just have nice mindless entertainment, this movie.
I'm flying to New York on Saturday, so I'll probably just watch it then.
You will super enjoy it. And I watched the first episode of the new Steve Carell
Rooster
comedy Rooster. It's great. I was like,
it looks very good.
It is. He is back to form.
All right.
The acting cast is phenomenal. These characters say things. They beat them up. They do great. Super enjoyable.
I'm in.
It is.
I am in.
It is a well-written show, and he plays a great character and delivers lines and everything good.
That is a very exciting. So I'm ready.
Yeah, because I was like, I'll try this. If I make it in 20 minutes, I'll just turn it off. Whatever. It's like, that's why the Frasier reboot was so disappointing. You're like, how can someone not be able to write Frasier? Doesn't make any sense to me because people could. There have to be people in the world that could write that show.
Of course they did. I mean, they did. They wrote it for, 10 years or something? So, it's not impossible.
Well, we exist in a world where at times it seems like there are abilities that are completely lost.
Well, you're right. 100% correct.
But then you watch, what was the Dave Bautista and Jason Momoa movie. You watch that movie and you're
Crew.
like,
yeah, Wrecking Crew. Watch that again this week.
People can completely write these movies and produce them and make them. They don't become the super big movies that they would in the past, but they still can be made.
You can still do it.
Yeah.
It just, they land differently. So you got to do it with cheaper. You got to do it cheaper so that nobody thinks you're wasting their monies.
Okay, Tony, what did you watch this possibly do?
Well, I'll be honest. Pokemon Pokopia has taken up a lot of my time, but we have started watching the most recent season of The Traitors on Peacock.
Oh, okay.
Because Rob from Love Island is on it, and he is crushing it. He's incredible. He's very sexy. He's very, very attractive boy.
Is he using his sex appeal to win the show?
He's using his like roguish, boyish charm to go under the radar. He seems very good. We're only a couple of episodes in, but he seems very good at the game, which is exciting. So I'm excited to see where this goes. We're going to finish it this week, but that show's super fun. We've never watched Traitors before. I'm into it. We're having a good time.
Very good.
That's all I got. All right, Dan.
So I was going to give us another 90-minute movie. We've been doing these 90-minute movies.
You changed your mind?
Of course I changed my mind. And then I was like, it's a fun movie. We'll do it eventually. At some point, we'll do it.
Okay.
Okay. It's like an older movie. It's fun. But I was like, we've been having too much. I was laughing, enjoying myself.
Okay, so back to Pain.
Let me find a movie that's 2 hours and 18 minutes long.
Come on.
Tony's traveling, so he's gonna need some real shit to watch.
Perfect. Yeah, you really want to use those plane rides to watch terrible things.
And I want to pick an actor that really is in terrible big budget kind of movies, and people give him big budget money to make terrible movies.
Oh, hold on. I'm going to look something
Star
up real quick.
Of Jurassic Park movies.
Yeah, I thought it was Chris Pratt. I
don't hate Chris Pratt at all. I think he's okay, but man.
Yeah, he's okay.
Those Jurassic Park movies, which all dropped on, you can watch all the Jurassic Park movies.
Okay.
And we do have a new one to watch, but that's not where we're going.
Okay, so I just looked it up, and the new one's only 90 minutes. So I was like, oh, maybe he's joking, but that's not. Okay.
No,
so
he made another movie in 2021 with Netflix or someplace.
2021.
It's called The Tomorrow War. And I remember I watched the first 15 minutes of this, and I wanted to kill myself. And
I did not.
I don't know why we didn't do this movie, because I think it was so bad that I was like, but now I need to know what this movie is.
There's enough time has passed where you feel comfortable going back and looking at it now.
Comfortable ruining my own personal life.
Woof, yeah, 218. Woo-wee. Okay. That's going to be a brutal night. All right.
But we might have to do that Jurassic Park at some point, I don't know if it's...
Which one?
Whatever the newest one is. There's a new one.
The newest one?
Yeah.
Or the ones with Chris Pratt?
We did one.
We did. You're right. We did the ending of the trilogy of those ones. You're right.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want me to tell you how
where they brought everyone together.
Let me tell you how bad it is. I was watching a Saturday Night Live sketch with Paul Mescal.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, Paul Mescal. Oh, he's the guy from Gladiator 2. Wait, we just did Gladiator 2. And I had to work hard to remember anything about that movie. The only thing I can remember is Denzel's crazy character, and then them shooting the arrows into the water and then going, pew.
Yeah, you're right about that. Yeah, I don't remember much about it either.
How can we forget that movie so fast?
Well, it wasn't very good, so that's part of it. And the other guy is in it, right?
Pedro.
Yeah, Pedro Pascal. Thank you. Yeah, because it was Mescal and Pascal or whatever the frick their names are.
They shot his mom with bows. I remember that.
Oh, yeah, and he was like, Mommy. Yeah,
I don't think he said mommy. I don't think he said mommy. I don't think that happened. But if you really try and form in your mind anything that character did, he was in that fight and he said to the other gladiator, "Oh, let's just not do this." How's that
he's
work?
like, we don't have to fight. And it's like, yes, you're the only thing you're here to do.
I think you're in big trouble if you don't fight.
Pretty sure you're dead if you refuse to fight, because that's the only reason you're alive right now.
There's only negative outcomes if you don't fight. There's one positive outcome if you fight. You might live.
You might live. Yeah. So, probably not, though.
The Tomorrow War. So,
okay.
Since our country's at war, we may as well go to war, Tony.
Ridiculous.
And for a second there, I thought it was called the Forever War, and I was like, well, that's appropriate for what's going on now.
I think that is a thing, though, right?
Is that a movie too? Probably.
Or it's a book.
It's probably a book and a movie.
It's a book. Yeah, it's a book.
Very good.
By Joe Halderman.
That's what I was going to say. Yep. I wonder if it's a Berserker book. Joe Halderman, I think, wrote all the Berserker books. No, that's Fred Saberhagen.
I don't know.
That's Fred Saberhagen, I think, wrote all the Berserker books. Who knows?
You're just saying names I don't understand.
I know they're words of things you don't understand. I'm Tony. I don't understand anything.
Barry Binoculars. He writes a lot of books as well, so it's fine.
Barry Binoculars?
That's a cool name, right? I don't know. Just came up with it on the spot. That's a fun name. No, but there should be. I'm gonna write a movie about Barry Binoculars. It's gonna be a good dude.
Jesus Christ, Barry Binoculars. Okay, anything else you have to add to the world, Tony?
No, let's do this. Tomorrow War.
Tomorrow War. Okay. Leave us a comment. You can subscribe, or you can. There's a third thing you can do.
You like it?
Like it. Do that.
Like.
And we'll be back next week talking about the Tomorrow War.
Goodbye, everybody.
Hey,